Good evening, Cigar Connections family. Welcome back to season 2, episode 2 of Cigar Connections. And today I'm connecting y'all with a wonderful entrepreneur, Stacey of Smoked the Collections. Stacey, good evening and welcome to Cigar Connections.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain.
Cool,
I,
cool, cool.
I always say I'm doing swell. That's my personal tagline. I say I'm doing swell.
That's your personal tag. You're doing swell.
I'm doing
Well,
swell.
I'm doing swell today too. I'm happy we connected. I'm excited to talk about your your collections and what you do and how it came about. And I'm also excited to get to know more about you. And before we jump into this, um, let's go. What are you going to be smoking on today?
I am smoking on the Brotherhood, which is a cigar that was blended by my good friend J Lo. I call him J Lo. His name is Gerard Lowe. Here in Charlotte. So we decided
Oh,
since we decided to go with him tonight.
cool, cool. I've had that cigar, and I actually had the pleasure of interviewing Jay on the show when it was Talking Sticks. So I know
Awesome.
that's a good stick. I wish I had more, so I could have joined you with it. But today, everyone, I'm going to be smoking on a stick called the Cameroon. It's a premium handmade cigar. I get this stick from Papa Juan's in the Bronx, so that's what I'm going to be smoking on today.
Love the Bronx.
Uh, are you drinking on anything tonight?
Yes, I'm drinking on some watermelon Ciroc
Okay.
and some strawberry lemonade.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm not partaking in any libations right now because I'm going out. It's Friday, and the event that I go to, we have libations and everything there. So I'm just gonna have a stick with you tonight,
All
and
right.
we're gonna dive into these questions. But before we go, I guess we could do a cigar toast.
All right.
Cut it up, um, spark it up, and toast you. Since you're my interview, you toasted something. I guess we could, you know, virtual cheers with the cigars, and then we
Got
jump into the questioning.
all right, let's do it.
All right. So I'm going with a straight cut today, and you
V cut.
V cut.
Yes.
You're using a lighter or you using matches?
Using the torch. I'm using a lighter.
What kind of torch you use? Use a single flame, double flame, triple flame?
This one is a single flame.
Okay. I'm using my double flame today. I was debating on using matches, but I think I'm just gonna stick with. I want to get right to my stick, so I think I'm
Right.
gonna just stick with this stick, man. I wish I would have been able to partake in the stick with you, Brotherhood. Jay, that's a good stick, everyone. Please, 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 um, support Jay. Get the Brotherhood #1 and purchase his stick, please.
Yes.
What do you cheer? What are we cheering to?
All right. So we're gonna cheers to the Cigar Connection and Smoke the Collection.
Cheers. Scar Connection and Smoke
The
the Collection.
connection and the collection.
Connection in the collection. I like that. That's how we go in the show today. The connection in the collection. That's what I'm going to name this one. Okay. So Stace, please, tell the viewers about what is Smoke the Collections.
So, Smoke the Collection is a collection of apparel, mainly jewelry, which we infuse cigar labels into.
Really?
Um, yeah, so it's bracelets, it is rings, pendants, and lapel pins.
Like pins for the jackets, suit jackets
Yes,
and everything.
your hats, your jackets. That's what it
Cool.
is.
Nice, nice, nice. Um. Okay, so it's a apparel with
Yes,
fashion jewelry and stuff like that.
yes.
Okay, and that's some of the things that you're wearing right now.
So this is the Opus X pendant. You can see it. It's got a glare, I think.
Little
Uh,
glare.
yeah, it's a little glare. So this is the Opus X pendant,
Okay.
and
That's clear now.
yes. So when the we do sell it with the chain as
Okay.
well. I got a couple of more pendants in by. This is the Southern Drawer,
Wow. Okay.
and this one more. We sell a lot of this one because of the color, I think. The Superfly.
A super file. Oh, okay. Nice. That's
Yeah,
very nice.
good stick and good colors.
Okay. So we're gonna jump back into Smoke the Collection. Um,
Okay.
tell us who Stacey is. Tell us about yourself.
All right. So I am originally from White Plains, New York. But I have been living in Charlotte since 1996. Kind of dating myself here, but since 96. But we moved from we actually moved from New York to Mississippi. So I grew up in Mississippi, which is where my dad is from, and then I moved here when I got, good and grown. So I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I went to Jackson State University.
Okay.
Um,
What did you study there?
I've studied business administration and business management.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's see. So now, I work for my regular 9 to 5 is I work for the healthcare system here. I work in their revenue department.
Okay.
And my side business outside of Smoke the Collection, I do resumes, personal assisting, road management, artist management, yeah, media press kits. I do those.
Really, media press kits.
Yes.
So you just busy. You into a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Something else just takes me to the next. So I keep going.
Okay. So with that being said, since you started in White Plains, Mississippi, Charlotte, where did you and when did you and what got you into cigars?
All right. So how I got into cigars is I went on a cruise in 2015. And I've always liked the smell of cigars, never tried it. But I went on a cruise and it was like really late at night. And where their liquor is, they also had a thing of like a showcase of cigars. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it. I'm on a cruise, why not? So I tried it on the cruise. I liked it. When we made land, I want to say in the Bahamas, I think it was, I found a little cigar shop that was rolling cigars or, claimed they had some in the back, some Cubans, whatever.
Okay.
And at the time, they were illegal to bring over here. And, I forgot. And so, I figure anything worth, them trying to stop you from having, is worth having. So I made it through customs, because he just asked the question, do you have any cigars? And I was like, and I had watched him ask the person in front of me, do you have any cigars? And the guy started pulling out his cigars. I'm like, no, dude, like, why would you do that? Like you pay good money for them. So I knew what to do. I just gave him a straight face. I was like, nah. And he believed me. So that's the start of my cigar journey.
What was that? You remember that first cigar that you had?
I do not remember. I don't. No, I don't.
So when you got back here, where was like the first lounge or place you went to that got you? Because I know you're in Charlotte, so I want to see if you were to say this lounge that I'm thinking of.
Well, it's not going to be the lounge you're thinking of. I can guarantee you that. So the home lounge that I go to is called Stogie and Brew.
Stogie and Brew. Okay, I never heard of it.
It is in I always get this messed up. It's in South Carolina, but it is Indian Land, South Carolina. We call it Fort Mill. I'm just gonna say Fort Mill, South Carolina.
Okay.
It is right over the border of North Carolina, and so that's my home lounge. It is a lounge that is very different. It is the culture is very different. It's
Okay.
very different there. They collect labels for me as well. And But I love the people there. Like it's like family.
Okay. Cool.
Now, what
Cool.
lounge were you thinking of?
Uh, Taylor Smoke.
Okay. You know, I like Tailored Smoke. So Tailored Smoke, he was the second person. So I launched Smoke the collection during Charlotte Cigar Week,
Okay.
and which was in April. And but he approached me during Charlotte Cigar Week and said, "You can come." He said, "What are you doing next weekend? I'm having my anniversary. You can come and set up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with
Nice.
no vendor fees." I was like, "Wow, okay."
Nice.
So
Nice. Very
he
nice.
really, Preston really supports me.
Now, is this the Uptown one or the downtown one?
So I did both.
Okay. I've only been to the one that's near I believe it's the downtown. That's not
Yes.
too far from the Great Wolf Lodge and everything.
Okay. So Concord.
Concord, yes, I've been to that one. And
Okay.
I enjoyed myself, and the atmosphere there was very nice. I love the artwork there. I mean, on
Yes.
my old page, I took a picture and made a post, man, and that's how I was able to have a little conversation with Preston based off of that. But
Oh, cool.
I say every time I'm gonna come down there and I got time, I have to stop at Charlotte. I've been passing through. I haven't had time to hang out, but I do plan on coming down soon and kicking it there for a little bit.
You should let me know when you get in.
I got you. I got you. So since you talk about your home lounge and everything, let's dive more back into Smoke the Collection.
Okay.
What was your inspiration behind it? What made you start deciding to take these labels and turning them into apparel for cigar enthusiasts, aficionados to wear?
Okay. So what happened was, so my sister is a craft person. Okay. So she has a whole room in her house that's dedicated to her crafts. Every year she gives us something handmade for Christmas.
Okay.
And this particular year, which was 2019, she was trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas. And she knows that I like cigars. She doesn't do any cigars, no drink, nothing. So
Okay.
she made me a pendant with a round, it was a round pendant with a cigar label in it.
Okay.
And so when I saw the pendant, I was like, this is crazy. This is dope. I never seen a pendant with a cigar label in it. And it was just crazy. And so I was showing it to my friends, and my friends were like, "Oh, I want one. I want one." So I'm like, okay, this could be a business.
Yeah.
And so when you actually look on my Instagram page, um, at one point we were only doing the pendants.
Okay.
And so that's how we got into it. It was a Christmas present that we turned into a business.
So what made the name? How did you come about with the name Smoke the Collections?
Okay, so I came up with the name because all of the cigar labels that we use have been smoked. came from cigars that have been smoked.
Okay. Okay.
So, like I said, some of the lounges collect for me. Of course, I smoke, so it's not a problem getting labels. People from all over send me labels now, and
Really?
so yeah, so I got smoked because we smoked the cigars.
That's cool. So what what is a very besides the Oscar Superfly, what are some popular ones that are like you have to like basically like have pre-made like already?
Well, if I could show you one, it is the Fuente.
Oh, and it is Fuente Friday. You know it is.
Oh, Fuente Friday. Okay. So it is the Fuente bracelet pendant. We know, I mean, from the very first day that we vended, people came to the table and was like, do you have Opus X? Specifically Opus X.
Really?
Yes. Do you have Opus X? And I mean, it was crazy that these people was like, basically like, Opus X, Opus X. Do you have Opus X? And I was like, oh, and just so happened we had Opus X. We did have it.
Okay.
But we knew that the rest of the week we were going to have more. So Fuente is um, our most popular bracelet and necklace. Um, another. I got two more if you don't mind. So
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's all about
um,
you and
okay.
smoke the collections.
So this is the Hiram and Solomon bracelet,
Oh,
which
nice.
is, if you know anything about the Hiram and Solomon, these symbols are for the Masons.
Yes.
So they want this bracelet. Like they kill it. They this is probably our second one. And then this one is it's everything Drew Estate.
Yeah, the Rat, League Number 9, T52.
Yeah. The Pharaoh, can't really see it because it's white, but um, they want anything Drew Estate.
Okay.
I think those are about our three most popular ones.
So do you do like a set? Like you could get the bracelet, the pendant, and the lapel, or how do you or everything is sold individually?
Everything right now is sold individually.
Okay.
Um, be really I just the recent pictures that I did for Instagram and Facebook have been a set. But I have not posted them yet. But yeah, right now we're just doing individually. That's really how we started. We started with just the pendant. Then we moved on to the bracelets. And we find that some people who wear pendants, a lot of people who wear pendants don't wear the bracelets. Or if you wear the bracelets, you don't wear the pendant. So, but we sell them independently.
Okay. About how long does it take to the whole process to like make? I know each one is probably a little bit lengthier or shorter.
Right.
But
So
about how long is the process for like a bracelet? Break it down for me.
the process really takes about 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
And a lot of times it depends on the label because some labels are hard to, they might smear.
Mm.
Yeah, it depends on that label. Like how good is that label? I don't want to call anybody's label not good, but it depends on, it's really important as far as if they participate, if they will participate in this, if they cooperate in this process, because some of them will slide, so we do face some challenges. So something like that will allow it to dry an extra day. So usually about 3 days on that. But it's a process where, because there's some drying that has to be done in the middle, you can't just create a bracelet or a pendant in one night. You have to, you gotta.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. So, and you have to dry it twice, basically. So, it's about 2 to 3 days.
Okay. So, what how to say this? So, how do people like go about it? Like, are you just strictly, you're doing vending, go to different events, people contact you, like social media, like, indulge and dive into it.
Okay. So we right now, people are contacting us on social media. Instagram, Facebook. We are doing a lot of vending. And that, I mean, it really took off from that very first day of vending. And I'll tell you the story behind that. What happened, how we really got launched was I knew that Charlotte Cigar Week was coming up. And I mean, we've been making all this stuff for a couple of years, except for the bracelets. And we just been sitting on it. And we would sell to our friends, and then they would sell to their friends, like that. It was more word of mouth.
Okay.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to jump out here and give it a try and see what happens. So I called Damon Robinson, who is over Charlotte Cigar Week.
Yes.
And I said, hey, do you have all your vendors? And he said, yes, I have all the vendors I can handle right now. I said, okay, cool. I didn't tell him what I wanted, anything. So he called me back the next day, and he said, oh, one of my vendors just dropped out. He said, so who do you have? And I said, it's me. And he was like, what? He was like, oh, what do you do? So I said, I make jewelry with cigar labels. And the thing about that, a lot of people didn't know I was doing it, because if you look on my Instagram page, I did not put my face on the page until late. So when people showed up, and, he said I could vend. He said, I'm gonna tell you how he said it. Okay, he said, I fuck with you. So definitely you can do it. He said, I'm not gonna charge you any vendor fees. You good. So I got in because somebody dropped out. And, I'm forever grateful to them and to him. So I vended. He gave me a choice of what days I wanted to vend. Two different venues. One was a private event and one was not. I said, I'll take the private event. And
the choice.
Right. So as a vendor for his events, you got your own event to do. Everybody got their own event where there's no competition. And then everybody got to vend on the day where everybody vended. Yes. So I had my own personal day on that Wednesday. I vended, which was crazy because, literally we were there, we're setting up, and people were like, wait, this is you? Because by now they're seeing, I started posting more when I knew I was going to be vending.
Yes.
They was like, wait, this is you? I was like, yeah, it's me. So we literally, there was nobody at the table, and it was like in a blink of an eye, like, it was like everybody just swooshed in and was just, climbing over each other. And, I mean, it was just crazy. But what happened, I knew we really had something when that second day of vending, from the time, so the second day that we vended was on a Saturday. So from between Wednesday to Saturday, I guess the people who bought stuff on Wednesday really showed what they bought, because by Saturday, people was coming to the table and they were like, "We have been looking for you." I was like, "What?" Okay. So, I mean, it just took off from there. So from there, I've been vending like so much. Like people, like the other cigar lounges have been asking me to come. I've probably vended 5 times now for Preston. Uh, 5 times now for Preston. I've done Smoke and Barrel here. I just came back from Greensboro last weekend from vending there. Just got a request today to come to Maryland, Suffolk, Virginia.
Okay.
A couple of requests out of Atlanta. So been vending a lot since that day.
I'm happy for you. Um, I know we breezed through a bunch of questions. You've been talking a lot. I know we have one more question, but I do want to ask you how, since doing this, since you started this journey for yourself, right? How has it been for you personally? Like, you know, what have you had to adapt to? Um, what have maybe caught you off guard that you didn't expect? Briefly talk about that real quick.
Um, it has been, I mean, it's just been a whirlwind. It's just been, so on my regular job, I do 14-hour days.
Mm.
So um, so the messages and stuff that I get on Instagram or Facebook, it's a constant thing. I went to Florida 2 weekends ago. I didn't take any merch with me, really purposely. Like, I did not take any merch, but I knew I was going to a lounge. So I get in the lounge and I had on a Fuente bracelet, which is why I had to get another one made. Fuente bracelet, and I had on a Fuente necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And they bought that right off of my arm. Right off of my arm, right off of my neck. Like, and that has happened several times. So I try to, as much as I can, to keep I keep stuff in my car. That's been crazy. One morning we got a call. Our phone was ringing at 5:30 in the morning, and through social media. So our social media is connected to myself, my sister, and my niece. So my niece does like some of the social media. She's doing the website right now. So if you call us through social media, it's gonna ring all three of us.
Got you.
So 5:30 in the morning, somebody's calling about a bracelet. My sister's like, who is calling here at 5:30 in the morning? Like, the fact that a bracelet is on somebody's mind at 5:30 in the morning is amazing to me. Like, it is just amazing. So that's caught me off guard. I've had to adjust like so much. Like, I don't spend nearly as amount of time in the lounge that I do that I used to, because I'm here getting orders packaged out for shipping at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, a lot has changed. A lot has changed.
Well, you know what they say? They say when you have something, you got it. And when you become an entrepreneur, people say, I want to be an entrepreneur to leave my 9 to 5. But when you become an entrepreneur, sometimes it's 24/7.
It is. It is. When I that's what I enjoyed about doing personal assistant and road management, especially road management. Because that's my thing. Like I like being, you know, doing something all the time.
Yes.
And I did that, up until I took the job with the healthcare system. And so I'm good with that. But now, I still got that job. So if I only did smoke the collection, I'll be good with that.
Is that a thought for you?
It is a thought. It's not, it is not, it's not like something that's going to be, that I would think about. I wouldn't, if I would enjoy doing that. It's not something that I think will be like within the next 6 months or next year, but you know, I hope maybe it'll get me there.
Got you. So I want to jump into the last question. I call it the cigar question of the hour. So if you can, as much as you can talk about it, what can a cigar question, what can a Cigar Connection family expect from Smoke the Collections in the near future? Any events coming up? Are you coming out with a new line of apparel? If you could, give me the, maybe the first dibs on it.
Okay, so definitely have. I'm trying to get to cigar lounges in everywhere. Like I want to come to New York, Jersey.
Oh yes.
Because when I go to New York and Jersey, I always go to the lounge. So I want to do different cities. I want to vend in different cities. Right now, my I guess we are going to expand. So the two ways we're going to expand is we've had, I'm going to say about 3 to 4 lounges ask us about wholesaling. So,
okay.
That'll get us out there when we're not there in whatever city, it's in. So the problem with that is production. It's not something where, like when I went to Florida, the guy wanted 40 to 50 pieces. I can't give it to you. I can't.
Yeah.
Especially because when I have, the places that I have to vend at, I need some merchandise to take there.
Got you.
So another place asked for like 20 pieces. So wholesaling is our goal, one of our goals to do. So we're talking about that, what that looks like as far as money. Like what is that wholesale price going to be? Mm-hmm. So we're looking at wholesale, and we're also looking at, every time we vend, people ask us about this big red S, and you can't.
Is that your logo?
Yeah, it is a logo. It's a logo.
That's hot.
And it says Smoke the Collection. You can't really see it all, but Smoke the Collection.
Got it. It's in there.
So people always ask us, do we have any shirts? They want to buy the shirts. So I'm like, I never thought of that. I only got it for the people that's vending with me.
Yes.
So we're definitely gonna do some shirts, and we just got some hats. Now I know that, and we got the hats because it's hot now. We're outside vending, and just for the sun. But I know as soon as we start wearing those hats, I just got them this week. As soon as we start wearing those hats, they're going to ask about that. So the hats, shirts, and wholesaling is where we want to go from here.
Got you. Well, Stacey, is there anything that I may have not asked that you want to talk about or you want to bring up real quick?
Not really. I want to show some more merchandise.
Oh, well, see, the merchandise, let's get into that. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say it right here, everyone that's watching, when they going through the interview, they're going to see all the merchandise. I'm going to just tell you, send me some pictures. Okay. I'm going to put it in throughout the interview. as that's what I do, because I like to get it out there. And as y'all
Yes.
already see, every time Smoke the Collections post on Instagram, I am definitely sharing it and telling y'all to shop, because please shop and support, Stacey and her family and the Smoke Collections team, because they're working hard out there to bring y'all apparel that, is different, and everybody likes something that's different, but everybody likes something that's eye appealing, and you definitely have products that are
Um,
eye appealing.
I will say that one thing about the cigar smoker is they they like what they smoke. They're very particular about what they smoke.
Yes.
They like to dress well. They like to look good smoking. And anything that's exclusive to them, they're for it. They're loyal to it. So we do, these things that that I'm showing um, is that that we pre-made, but we do custom as well. Any labels that you want, um, just
Okay.
let us know what those labels are. 9 times out of 10, we'll have them already. Like I said, people do send us stuff from all over. So we do custom, but these items we we normally have them pre-made because we have to vend with it, and we can't make anything on the spot. We do pre-orders on the spot though, so and we mail it. We do ship out. We do local delivery here,
Okay.
um, but you can custom anything. We're
So
good with it.
so basically, if they came to you with their own labels, and they seen you at a vending at an event, they could give you their labels for you to make a bracelet, a chain, or anything like that, or they could DM you and mail it to you, and you mail it back to them in a completed form.
Yes, yes, and that's only if we don't already have the labels.
Okay.
So if we already have the labels, you don't need to send us anything.
Okay.
We have our labels again. Like I said, so when I say people send us labels, they send it to us because they're just sitting around. They like what we're doing, and they're like, hey, I got all these labels. I haven't done anything with them. I'm just gonna send them your way.
So the
So
donation.
yes, they just donate them.
Nice.
And when people when they give us a significant amount of labels, we do send them product. We don't, for free. We make a bracelet, pendant, whatever, and we send it because they took the time to send us some labels.
Nice.
And
Nice. Nice.
so we do that. We don't play with that. Whatever bracelet you want made, let us know. You send us some labels, we got you.
Cool. Cool. So, Stace, before we get out of here, please let everybody know where they can find you at on social media.
Okay, so Facebook and Instagram is Smoke the Collection. Um, we have a website that will be up after this week, and it will also be smokedthecollection.com.
Okay.
So Smoke the Collection and smokethecollection.com. Instagram, Facebook, website. You could DM us on Instagram and Facebook. And again, just tell me what you need. We got you.
Nice. Congrats. Well, Stace, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for answering my DM and coming on the show to talk about you, your team, and Smoke the Collections. I personally have to say your product is 100% dope and fire. And as soon as I seen it, I said I couldn't help myself but to say, yo, I gotta get her on the show, because this entrepreneur is it. I didn't even know you was doing all these events and places like that, and we know some of the same people in common. I didn't know that. It just feels good to know that you're doing something that is so creative and is taking off, and is actually also giving back to companies, boutique brands, is just giving back to everybody to keep getting their product out there and getting recognized. And it's basically, the web that I say that I like to build. Everybody's helping everybody.
Right.
So without anything else, everyone, please, 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 if you're not already doing it, please, once you end this interview, finish watching it, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go follow Smoke the Collections. Place your order. If you got a friend who or a associate that's big into cigars and you can find out the brand that they like, place an order and support, and tell more people about Smoke the Collections. But if there's nothing else to say, I want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in to Cigar Connections, the show. And as always, good night and peace, love, and God bless.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.